Hello, welcome to India Edu tutorials. In our previous classes, we have discussed many problems on probability. Let's move to higher level. Here the question is that sample space S contains number from 1 to 15. We have divided this sample space into two parts, into E1 and E2. Event E1 is to pick a number from 1 to 8 from the sample space, and event E2 is to pick a number from 9 to 14 from this sample space. Now E1 and E2 are both mutually exclusive events because any number from E1 cannot come in E2 because we are having 1 to 8 numbers in E1 and 9 to 14 numbers in E2. So a number from 1 to 8 cannot be shift into E2. Similarly, any number from E2 cannot be placed in E1. That's why E1 and E2 are mutually exclusive events. Now you can see that we are having another event E over here. Event E here denotes picking an even number from this complete sample space of 15 numbers. The numbers in red color denotes even number from event E1, and numbers in green color denotes even numbers from event E2. And suppose we need to find out the probability of picking even numbers from the event E1. So what we need to find out is we need to find out probability of event E1 given that the number is even. That is, what is the probability of picking numbers from event E1 given the numbers are even. Now if we will use our previous formula that we have taught you to solve this problem, then it would be tough for you. So we are introducing a new concept, that is Bayes Theorem. Bayes theorem is nothing but just a simple mathematical formula to calculate conditional probabilities for mutually exclusive events. And we can see that E1 and E2 are mutually exclusive events over here. And its formula is, suppose we need to calculate probability of E1 by E. It is written as probability of E1 into probability of E by E1 divided by summation of probabilities of event EI into probability of event E divided by EI. So now see how to apply our concept over here. As we know from our previous classes that this can also be written as probability of E1 intersection E. So, or as a denominator this will be written as probability of EI intersection E. Applying this in this formula in our question, so probability of E1 intersection E would be 4 by 15 because there are total 4 even numbers from event E1 from sample space of 15. So we get 4 by 15 divided by, as there is a summation of E1 and E, which can be written as probability of event E1 intersection E plus probability of event E2 intersection E. We get 4 by 15 upon this will be equal to 4 by 15 plus E2 intersection E will be 3 by 15 because there are 3 even numbers from this complete set of 15 numbers. We get over here 4 by 15 divided by 7 by 15 and we get 4 by 7 as the answer. Let's move to another example. Our next question is, of all smokers in a city, 40% prefer brand A, 60% prefer brand B. Of those smokers who prefer brand A, 30% are females, and of those who prefer brand B, 40% are females. Find the probability that a randomly selected smoker prefers brand A given selected person is female. As we can see that it's a case of mutually exclusive event because people who prefer brand A cannot prefer brand B. Similarly, people who prefer brand B cannot prefer brand A. Now, creating a diagram over here. this is our sample space S. We divide it into two parts, that is brand A and brand B. Now this is 40% people prefer brand A, so this consists of 40% and this part makes 60%. Of those smokers who prefer brand A, 30% are females. Now we select another event of which consists of females only, and this area, that is, this is the percentage of those people who are females as well as who prefer brand A. And of those who prefer brand B, 40% are females. So those people who prefer brand B and are also females are 40% of the people. Find the probability that a randomly selected smoker prefers brand A given the selected person is female. Now we need to find out the probability that a person prefers brand A given that she is a female. So we need to, using our formula, that is E1 by E, we need to find out the probability of E1 into probability of E by E1 divided by probability of E1 into probability of E by E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of E by E2. Now probability of E1, which is brand A over here, so how many percentage? It's 40 by 100, so it would be 40 by 100 into probability of E by E1. This is event E, so probability that 30% and they are females are 30% as well as they are from brand A is 30%, which is 30 by 100 divided by, this will be same as 40 by 100 into 30 by 100 plus probability of E2 would be 60%, that is 60 by 100 into given people who are from brand B and are also females is 40 by 100. Solving this, we get 40 into 30, that is, we will cancel 100 from numerator and denominator. We get 40 into 30 plus 60 into 40, which will be 1200 upon 1200 plus 2400, that is 1200 upon 3600, and we get 1 by 3 as the answer. I hope you have understood these problems. For practicing more problems, you can visit to our site indiaedu.com.